Hi everyone, it's Miss Williams from School 12 and Rise Community School and
Mrs. Fiorica from school number 12.
today's Listening for Language all year round is on analogies. But before we get into our lesson, let's talk about our learning targets for today. Our first learning target is I can answer questions about text. Our second learning target is I can have conversations with others. And you'll hear Mrs. Fiorica and myself having conversations with each other, and you can also have conversations with your family at home. Third learning target for today is I can use words correctly when I speak. And our last learning target is I can figure out how word meanings are related. And that's exactly what analogies are. They are word relationships. So Mrs. Fiorica is going to go over the schedule of what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to do that, Mrs. Fiorica.
Sure. So first we're going to have you listen as we review what an analogy is. And then we will have some discussions about some example analogies that we'll go over. And then we will do a writing activity together as we write down some analogies. And then hopefully we will have time at the end for a song. Okay? So to go over what an analogy is, these next slides are going to be review from last week. But we wanted to go over these just to help you remember what an analogy is. So remember, an analogy is something that has a relationship to things. Okay, and you have to figure out what that relationship is. So in this picture, we have a teacher, and a teacher works at a school. Okay, and then below that, we have a doctor. So if we're thinking about the relationship, where does a doctor work? He works at a hospital. So the analogy is teacher is to school as doctor is to hospital. Okay, let's try another one, Miss Williams.
Okay, so at the top you see a school bus, and then next to that you see students riding in a school bus. So bus is to ride. So let's think about the relationship between bus, an object, and ride, the action. So we use a bus to ride in, right? So let's go to the next one, as book is to read. What do you do with a book? You read a book. So bus is to ride, as book is to read.
Okay, this next one says rake is to leaves as shovel is to blank. So a rake is a kind of tool, okay? And a shovel is a kind of tool. And what does a rake do? That tool is to clean up the leaves. So rake is to leaves as shovel. What does a shovel do? A shovel is to dig. What is it digging? It's digging some dirt. Okay, so rake is to leaves as shovel is to dirt. Let's try the next one.
Okay, so in this picture, we see a soccer ball, right? So soccer ball is to blank, as blank is to throw. So soccer ball, what do we do with the soccer ball? We kick it, okay? So soccer ball is to kick. And then in the bottom picture, we have a baseball player throwing a baseball. So the relationship there is, what do we do with, or what is something that we throw, which is a baseball. So soccer ball is to kick, as baseball is to throw.
Okay, and the last practice one is scary is to blank as funny is to blank. And in this top picture, we have a witch, okay? And a witch is the scary picture. So scary is to witch, as funny is to this picture at the bottom, which is a picture of a clown. Okay, and most clowns are very funny. So scary is to witch, as funny is to clown. Okay. Next, we're going to show you a video. From what I'm hearing last week when we sent this out, the video did not work so well. So we're going to try it again because I think it does a really good job of explaining analogies for you. So hopefully it will come through this time, and then we will move on to our writing activity. So here you go.
Analogies. Analogies are statements that compare or contrast ideas that seem to have no relationship, but really do. Let's look at an example of an analogy. Hand is to glove as foot is to sock. Huh? Okay, let's look closer. Let's try saying it like this. A hand wears a glove the same way a foot wears a sock. See how that works? Here's another one. Cold is to hot as wet is to dry. What does this one mean? Cold is opposite of hot, the same way wet is opposite of dry. How about this one? Flamingo is to bird as grizzly is to bear. A flamingo is a type of bird, the same way that a grizzly is a type of bear. When you know how to figure out the relationship in the analogy, you can even complete an analogy yourself. What was the relationship in this analogy? Cold is to hot as wet is to dry. Remember, cold and hot and wet and dry are opposites. So let's see if you can finish another analogy with opposites. High is to low as near is to what? Do you know what word would finish this analogy? High is the opposite of low, the same way that near is the opposite of far. Let's do another one we've seen before. Flamingo is to bird as grizzly is to bear. What is the relationship here? These were types of animals. Let's try to finish an analogy that uses types. Chicken noodle is to soup as grilled cheese is to sandwich. Chicken noodle is a type of soup, just like grilled cheese is a type of sandwich. The relationship? Types of food. So remember, analogies are just statements that compare or contrast two things that seem like they aren't related. All you have to do is figure out the relationship, and you've got it all figured out.
Okay, great. So now we're going to move on to our written activity. So Ms. Williams is going to read me and you all some directions, and we have to think about what the relationship is and answer the questions, and then I will follow the direction on the lesson because you won't be able to do that. But you can yell out the answer at home. Are we ready?
That's right.
Okay, here we go, Ms. Williams.
All right, Mrs. Fiorica, here we go. So let's look at row 1. Okay, I'm going to read you the analogy, everybody. Circle the word that completes this analogy. Winter is to cold as summer is to blank. So think about the relationship between winter and cold.
So
winter is a season.
Winter is a season, and it feels really cold in the winter. And summer is a season, and it feels really what? So our choices are hot, Saturday, April, or fall. How does it feel in the summer? You got it. If you said hot, you were correct. Nice job.
Nice job. All right, so we're going to stay in row 1, and here's the second one. Put an X on the word that completes this analogy. January is to February as March is to blank.
So our choices are Saturday, April, and fall. January is to February. Well, those are both months, and they go in order. February comes right after January. And then it wants to know about March. What comes right after March? Is it Saturday, April, or fall? If you said April, you are correct. And it told us to put an X on that one.
Nice job remembering that, Mrs. Fiorica.
Thanks, Miss Williams.
All right, are you ready for number 2?
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's look at row 2, everybody. Circle the thing that completes this analogy. Elephant is to trunk as duck is to blank. So think about the relationship between elephant and trunk.
Well, an elephant has a trunk, so it's part of his body. And it wants to know what a duck has. What part of a duck's body is here? So we have a picture of a lion, a glass, pants, or a bill. If you said duck bill, whoops, you are correct. Nice
Very
job.
good. All right, so here's the next one. We're going to stay in row 2. Put an X on the thing that completes this analogy. Shirt is to cloth, as window is to...
Let's think about that, friends. So a shirt is made from cloth. Window is made from what? A lion, glass, or pants? What's a window made out of? That's right. If you said glass, you are correct. And we're going to put an X on our glass. Nice job.
All right, good job. All right, so let's look at row 3 now. Circle the picture that completes this analogy. Football is to helmet, as baseball is to blank. So football and helmet.
Well, in the game of football, you wear a helmet on your head. And in the game of baseball, you wear a what? A basketball hoop, a diamond ring, a soccer ball, or a baseball cap? What do you wear in baseball on your head? That's right. It's a baseball cap. Good thinking about those relationships, friends.
All right, let's look at we're going to stay in row 3. Put an X on the picture that completes this analogy. Dribble is to basketball, as kick is to...
So you dribble a basketball. Which one do you kick? A basketball hoop, a diamond ring, or a soccer ball? What do you think, friends? If you said soccer ball, you are correct. So we're going to put an X on our soccer ball because that is the one that you kick.
That's right.
Okay, we have a couple more to do.
All right, here we go. Let's look at row 4, everybody. Circle the shape completes this analogy. 4 corners is to square, as 3 corners is to...
And corner was one of our concepts from kindergarten, remember, friends. And corner is when 2 sides come together. And square and a rectangle both have 4 corners. And it said, which one of these has 3 corners? Is it the triangle, the circle, the rectangle, or the oval? That's right. If you said triangle, you are correct.
All right, so now let's do another one in row 4. Put an X on the shape that completes this analogy. Circle is to oval, as square is to...
Oh, this is a tricky one. So here's our circle. And it says it's compared to an oval. So a circle, when it's kind of stretched out, it looks like an oval. It says square is to what? If you kind of stretch out a square, what do you have left? Is it the circle, the rectangle, or the oval? That's right. If you guessed rectangle, you were correct. A stretched out square is a rectangle.
Nice job. Nice job. All right, so let's go to row 5. Last one, friends. Circle the animal that completes this analogy. Dog is to paw, as horse is to...
So dog is to paw. A paw is the dog's foot. As horse is to blank. Which one is a horse's foot? Is it a duck, a roof, a hoof, or a house? That's right, friends. If you said the hoof, you are correct. That is
Nice job. All right, so we have one more in this row. Put an X on the two things that complete this analogy. Hat is to head as blank is to blank. This is tricky, friends. So let's
whoa.
think about the relationship between hat and head.
So a hat goes on top of your head.
Ooh, another concept, Mrs. Fiorica.
Yeah, I'm looking at these pictures and I'm trying to see what would go on top of something. So we have a duck, a roof, and a house. What goes on top of the house? If you said roof, you are correct. Roof is what goes on top of the house. So analogy is hat is to head as roof is to house. Nice.
Very nice job.
Okay, so we are just about to the end of our lesson. We now have our activity, which is a song for you to listen to about analogies. Here we go.
Learning upgrade. You're asking me, what is an analogy? It's a relationship between two words. Red is to stop, as is. Green is to what? At a red light, you stop. At a green light, you go. Tall is to short, as is. Big is to what? The opposite of tall is short. The opposite of big is small. 3 is to 6, as is. 4 is to what? 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. Now you see, what is an analogy? It's a relationship between two words.
All right, friends, this brings our lesson to an end. You did a great job today. Today, we reviewed what an analogy is. We did some practice analogies, and we had Mrs. Fiorica follow some directions along with you guys at home to follow what, to actually finish analogies, and you guys did an awesome job. And we miss you guys, and we hope to see you guys soon. Nice job today. Bye, friends.
Great job, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. Keep practicing. Talk soon. Bye-bye.